Hey, you been keeping up with the Joe Budden drama?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what you think about Joe having to constantly give pep talks to the entire cast because Melissa Ford got offended? I just seen it again.
I think it's hypocritical on Joe because Joe what Joe does, he's funny because he likes triggering everybody. If you watch the show frequently, he'll say some shit to Ish, get Ish riled up. Then he'll say some shit to Mark that he knows is gonna get everybody else triggered. Like, oh, you so good. You the number one Potter right now. You know, things that'll get everybody triggered. And then he likes to sit back and watch niggas go at each other. But to me, it's hypocritical because he always bag on her too. Now, what I'll say is it's not so much about her love life and like her, interpersonal relations with people, but he a lot of time be the ringleader of the shit. So it's like now all of a sudden you're saying, hey, don't do this, don't talk about it. Y'all can't talk about her this way. To me, it's just like, come on, somebody probably got in his ear or he got some sort of backlash or something where now he wants to stop it. But he be the ringleader of that shit a lot of the time. So I don't understand why he's doing that. I really don't get it.
Because fans are talking about she need to get replaced, and they started naming some other female Potters that's not as sensitive, because it seems like every week she's going off. Oh, don't talk about this, don't. But she be quick to give her opinion on everything. Yeah. The second you give an opinion she don't like and it gets personalized, all of a sudden, hey, we got to have a meeting. Don't talk about male. And it's like, bro, you're on a fucking podcast. You're not exempt because you're a fucking female. We don't got to just agree with your bullshit because it fits your emotions.
And that's sometimes why it's like, you might as well not have no woman on the pod. You know, you want to have that diversity, but it's like, then we got to walk around on eggshells for you. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of women think they can handle being one of the guys. Then they get around the guys for an hour or two. You start treating her like one of the guys. She can't handle that shit. So it's like, you got to pick a side. You want to be one of the guys? If you do, you're going to have to take what come with that. If not, then get the fuck up out of here.
Nah, that's facts. But Joey just acting like a sensitive ass simp too. She'll keep trying to cater to these women. You on here, we're going to talk to you the same way we talk to everybody else. You know what this shit come with. Shouldn't even be taking it personal. Joey just trying to be so catering to her. What you put her on there and get rid of them then and see how your show be.
Because she's not really adding no value of her.
And she's not the Melissa Ford that was back in the day. Like, niggas, you're not too much of that eye candy no more. So everything else, niggas don't even care to hear her talk like that. Her opinions be dumb as hell. So, like, I don't know what the fuck this nigga on with that. Like, you checking your homies, that's crazy. It's not even your bitch.
And they was all sitting there.
If that's your girl, that's different. But you sitting here acting like these niggas can't be themselves because you want to cater to her feelings. Her feelings gonna change every 5 minutes if they want to. So it's like, that shit don't make no sense, girl.
They was all sitting there anyway when he was telling them. They kind of like on their phones, like, we ain't listening to this
tired of hearing that shit, nigga.
Right, like how, if you don't like the conversations in men's spaces, get the fuck out of men's spaces. Yeah. You're on a male-dominated podcast. We're not here to walk around eggshells because of your emotions. So if you can't handle the guy talk, get the fuck out of here. There's plenty of female podcasts you can be on. You can go start a woman's podcast.
She got her own already.
Yeah, but
she do.
But how you come in here trying to dictate 6 men and you the only female?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
like what the fuck? We not finna cater to your feelings.
That whole show has became different. Like now, it's a lot about what goes on between the hosts. It's not even about the topics no more. It's like who talking about who. Oh, they had an argument about water. She's feeling bad this day. It's drama between Mark and Ish. It's all these different things. It's turned into like reality TV, and it's not even about the podcast. So it's
what you think about the Ish and Mark Lamont Hill drama? Because before Ish was the brains on the pod, right? He was the intellectual guy. Now Mark Lamont Hill, an actual scholar who went to school and studied and did this and that, he comes on and he's now being viewed as the real intellect. Because him and Ish had a lot of debates where the viewers feel like he washed Ish. And they low-key like, damn, Ish kind of dumb now. He was the smartest nigga in a room full of dumb niggas. A smart nigga actually came in, now he looking dumb. What you think about, and Joey be egging it on.
Yeah, he do.
Like you said, oh man, Mark Lamont, man, Mark Lamont Hill, you going crazy. you the B mic now. He calling Ish the F mic and all that. So it's like he's rallying them up to go at each other to create the soap opera you was just talking about.
I think Ish gotta just pod better at this point. Like you're and it's okay, right, to realize I'm not the smartest in the room at this point no more. Maybe you were. Then you get in front of somebody and you like, hold on, he got more knowledge than me. The problem with Ish is like he a nigga who, or at least from what we've seen on the show, like he doesn't want to admit he's wrong. So if you can't admit you wrong, you can't learn, you can't grow. So you get in a lot of situations where he's arguing a point and it's like everybody around him knows he's wrong and he's the only one still trying to like be right. And it makes you look dumber, I think, to the fans than what you actually are. If you just be like, you know what, you got that. I'm wrong. I'm a do some more research. I'm gonna study up some more, and I'm gonna come back better for the next one. But when you start pouting and you quiet for the next hour because a nigga just sunned you over a topic, it's like you seem like you can't really deal with somebody being smarter than you, and to me that's a problem. But also the fans love to hate Ish, where it's like he's been bringing the viral moments for so long, where a lot of people in the community and the fans, they like to see him, get some or lose to Mark, and so a lot of them just be on Mark's dick because they don't fuck with Ish. Now they got somebody that's anti, they can go and say, haha, look, we got somebody that's doing better than you because they just don't fuck with Ish.
Because I never looked at Mark the same when he got in that debate and said a man can have a baby.
Yeah, that was wild.
It was over for me after that. All the intellectual shit went out the window. I don't care what type of technicality he wants to use. Oh, I'm in a woman that identifies as a man. No. Once you say a man can have a baby, your intellect is gone to me. Because him and Ruckus actually had a debate.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, him and Ruckus had a debate, man. That was funny. I would like to see that live. That was hella funny. But I don't know, man. It's just like, I feel like Ish personalizes that I'm the most intelligent in the room figure that he has created on the show. And now that it's being threatened, he can't handle it. He's like crashing out every week, it seems like. And Mark is, I think he found his tick, his button.
He love it, yeah.
He's loving it. He's just, well, Mark Lamont, you all condescending, just sitting back. Yeah. Well, the water's wet. You niggas arguing over fucking water. Like, this shit crazy. I don't know, man. You think Joey is reaching his peak where he can't pod on topics no more? He had to fall into the drama space. They be in the spaces too arguing.
Oh yeah.
Trying to take no jumper formula.
Yeah, I think he
going the Adam route.
He struck gold though, like, because back then it was just him and two other dudes. Now he's created, what he did with Rory and Maul too. He created stars, but he made Ish a star. He made Ice and all them niggas like stars where people was going to their page and Ish doing podcast runs with Bag Fuel, and these niggas is really doing shit. And you added a nigga like Mark Lamont Hill who be on Piers Morgan and all this other shit. That just, to me, took it to another level. It's just not the same pod that we're used to seeing, but it's elevated in a way of like, you have multiple personalities on there now where he could, if he really wanted to, make some iterations of the show, some spinoffs. It just depends if that's what he wants to do. But he could take it the no jumper route, but it'd be better than no jumper because it's not going to really be centered around, snitching on niggas and random shit.
I think no jumper is taking a page out of their book as well. Because they brought Ruckus up there to be the Mark Lamont Hill
voice of
no
reason,
jumper, right? So if you notice, all the pods are low-key doing that now. They're trying to find that one intellect who goes against the room, but he's the actual smart guy. He's a scholar, went to this college, graduated from here, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's starting to take that formula. Is it possible to have a successful pod long-term without creating a multiverse with the characters on the pod? Because there's very few that we see in the hip-hop space that's not doing that.
Bro, you don't see Gillian Wallow doing.
It's just them two, though.
So how many people you mean? How many people does it have to be?
They're guest-centered, though.
Right. They're like interview guest-based. They're not a pod where Gillian Wallow comes in, week out, day out, and they just pod on topics. They bring guests, they interview, and it's usually big, heavy hitter guests.
Right.
I would say Joe Budden is the foundation for all of it, really, I think, in the hip-hop space when it comes to podcasting. Like, we haven't really seen any other podcast do his numbers, right? And I feel like in the hip-hop space, without, again, a lot of the drama and things, like, have this many iterations of a podcast with different characters and errors. And so it's like, we don't really see that from nobody else. You're right, it don't really go long-term, to be honest.